Hey everyone, this is going to be a general reading, but my mind says that there would be some specific information that might resonate with a few of you. I haven't made many videos in this channel before. I had recorded many, but somehow I couldn't put it up. There was always, some sort of a deviation from it. But today I wanted to record this. Today is the first day I dropped my son alone in preschool. We had just started, and I had been with him for a few days to get him used to the school. And today is the day that I'm staying away from him. And it's been close to 3 years. He will turn 3 soon. And I'm just not sure what to do with my time. I just felt so motivated to do this today because when he used to be at home, I used to make videos when he used to nap, and I used to just be extremely quiet, not talk too fast, and I barely had time to do like a setup. So this is going to be different. I mean, um, it's strange because I can talk loudly in the house and no one is going to wake up. So I'm not sure why I'm giving you too many details. I'm not even sure how many of you are going to watch this video. But yeah, so that's the short intro about me. But hopefully, if I do more videos, I can share more about me. Um, I have a very basic setup, so if the camera shakes or if the cards are not clear, forgive me. I hopefully will learn on the go and then I can improve the quality of these videos. So I'm just going to tune in and see what is going to come through. I don't have a title in mind, I don't have a hook, as they say, in mind, but something in me tells me that the current feeling that I have, this this bittersweet feeling, the stage of separation from what was always there and what was known to the unknown. I feel somehow uh, the topics that we're going to talk about or the examples that are going to come out will have an undercurrent of that. So let's get started. I got the first card. I just took a breath and I looked on the side where I had kept my cards, and this beautiful card was sticking on to the guidebook. The deck is kept somewhere else, but this pretty eyes, they were looking straight at me. So it says caterpillar, opportunity. It's a beautiful card. You can see the eyes. So that's going to be your first card. Gonna move this a little bit. Okay, I hope you can see it. Yeah, I'm gonna move around the cards because I don't know how the layout is going to look in camera. Okay. Balance. Forgive. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take these three cards. I felt called to pull them before even shuffling the deck. I mean, I had shuffled the deck and I, stored it long back, so it was just sticking out of the deck on its own. So, beloved, radical acceptance. I somehow felt like I saw an eye here. like the eye here. I don't know if you can see it, right? It's like the eye of a phoenix or eye of a dragon or a seahorse. I don't know, or a dinosaur. Okay. I feel like pulling more cards. Uh, Dust devil moving out of stagnation. Is actually the face of a woman. Can take another chakra card. Okay, no chakra card is what is coming through. Okay, I think we can start. So what I see is for some of you, like me, there is something tugging inside of you, and what feels like pain at the moment, it feels like confusion, it feels like stagnation. It's this wound. It's like this, painful wound that doesn't close. And any event in life is just tugging at that wound. It's that feeling now, but it is actually leading you. The more you sit with that pain, the more you try to understand it, even though you just feel that it's too overwhelming. That pain is actually the pain of growth. And that pain is leading you to some form of acceptance, some form of radical acceptance of who you are. Now, this is very tricky because when you look at that wound, all you see is pain, and you see like failures, maybe. You see a dead end, right? I mean, it's something that it's like a burden for you that you feel it's going to be with you always. You don't see a way out of it. You can imagine yourself improving, you can imagine things coming in. I mean, you can, I think, stay hopeful. I mean, you can think, yeah, I see something good happening for me in the future. I feel I'm blessed. You want to stay in that place of gratitude, but still the weight of this thing, it's almost unbearable, but you just feel like this that pain is not going to go away. Like, you just feel it has become so you, and there's no way of getting rid of it, right? So what it requires, and I also feel that if this resonates, you have tried different things, you have tried different ways in order to accept it, in order to solve it, and but it just feels like a heavy burden there. And the cards laid out here is giving us clues. So this wound, first you need to forgive yourself if you're thinking that maybe you're not doing something right and you deserve it, and or you feel like you're not doing enough. Forgiveness is what the universe is trying to communicate to us through these cards. And maybe you had spent, or you still do, a lot of time focusing on that because you're like, as long as I'm holding on to it, or as long as I have this, then that means I'm not, fully a new version. I have not become like a butterfly, right? I'm still in the stage, I'm stuck. So now this illusion of stuck is the devil energy, right? It's very tricky here. You know, when I'm trying to explain, I can feel it in my heart because um, I have it too. I have this burden too, and it's just this loyalty towards, you have this loyalty towards that burden, and you just feel it's like a child. It's something that you feel that you cannot get rid of, right? And it could be anything. It could be this burden passed down from your in your lineage. This could be your inner child. This could be wounds from your inner child. This could be who you think you are. um, and yeah, I'm getting a confirmation that for me and for some of you listening to this, it's coming in too strongly that that baggage, that burden is a pile of things that you believe about yourself. So that is the big pile of me. Like it's a big pile of, hey, this is me. This bag comes with me. This pile comes with me. This is part of my identity. The confirmation is so strong. Um, I mean, the energy is so strong that I am not actually able to articulate it. So for most of us, including me, then this energy is, oh my God, this is me. So if this is me and this doesn't feel good, I'm going to solve it, right? And you, my friend, if you're like me, you just feel the need to champion the cause to make you feel better, just like you would do for another person who's probably sad, or you want to motivate. Um, if you are an air sign, um, then this is another confirmation. So this is something that you feel it's you. That's the dust of devil, right? And that's the stage in which you feel that you're stuck, and then that seems like this riddle, or this, from I'm just I feel like these cables that are tangled, right? Imagine like this pile of bag of cables that are tangled that you don't know head of which is the head, which is the tail, right? It feels like that. And I'm not it is so confusing. I'm not even able to bring myself outside of this pile. I feel like describing it. And that's exactly what the devil energy is about. Your head is so immersed in it, and then you're just not able to come out of it. Like how I'm not able to come out of this energy, because I feel like describing it, I feel like understanding it, I feel like telling you, and making you resonate with it. But I feel from the first sentence that I said, you would have understood what this is. So forgiveness comes through, acceptance comes through. So when I say the biggest story you're telling yourself is that this is me, this is part of me, that is a story, yes, but there is also acceptance of it, forgiveness of it. And then the word balance right in the middle. I see rage. You need some amount of rage within you for this radical acceptance. And the piercing eyes of what looks like a snake here, even though it says caterpillar, is just telling me that you will have an opportunity to really own this. Forgive yourself of having that part, or forgive yourself for spending too much time inside understanding it. And forgive yourself if you think that you have to drag it around. Now, what I feel like saying, which I think it's still this energy, is giving you ways to come out of it. But I think what we need to do is to accept it, have compassion, accept it, forgive ourselves for having it or the effort we put or for spinning our heads around it. But we need to move on with this opportunity. If there's nothing manifesting in your personal, uh, your personal present or your physical present is what I wanted to say. If nothing is manifesting physically around in your world, then I want you to create this opportunity. And for me, filming this reading when I have barely some videos on YouTube, and like what I felt like a hindrance to even get this done is, I think for me, I'm just making this the opportunity to come out of it, and the balance that I need to know. Like the balance between, using this as a reason to come out of it, to um, sort of bring the other elements or the other versions of you out, right? A balance between that and the balance between actually trying to have compassion and forgive yourself for it, right? So there needs to be a balance. I think now we are too much in this energy. Now we need to have a balance, and before these paths merge and it becomes this beautiful unique version of us, right? uh, so I think that's the central message. With these five cards, we have the central message of this reading, which is great. Now I'm pumped up, and I'm looking at the deck of cards that I have. Um, let's see. We have the wild, unknown animal spirit. I will take one card. Uh, okay, octopus. So octopus have been coming. It's been coming in the readings that I watch a lot, and I know octopus as I wouldn't say a spirit guide, but octopus as like a type of energy. Uh, I think both have light and shadow aspects. So octopus in the shadow aspect can be this energy which is sort of clinging onto you, that you feel like you have to get rid of it. Now let's read what the light form of octopus says, right? Which is what I like about this deck. It just gives you both the balance. When in balance, what happens to this medicine of this particular animal or creature, and when out of balance, what it means. And interestingly, we have balance here as well. Let me quickly find out about octopus. Okay, right here. Octopus: reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in a well intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines, oh my god, that's the right word, entwines itself into other people's businesses and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries, be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Octopuses also live a long life. So, they can also be like really old creatures or really old energies in your life. When in balance, interested, engaged, and intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, lacks courage. To bring into balance, we need to space oneself, talk therapy. Space to oneself, not space oneself, sorry. Space to oneself and talk therapy. So, where in your life has this devil energy entwined itself? And have you, with this energy entwining with other people's businesses? Um, or has other people's energy entwined to you, where you don't have healthy boundaries? So that is something for you to introspect. But thank you, Octopus Medicine, for coming into the reading. I think very, very valid for this reading. Um, let's see. I would like, I forgot which deck that I wanted to go next. Let's see, have I taken this? Okay. Is there anything else that I wanted to get more information on out of these 5 cards? Simplicity. One of the consequences of getting trapped in the devil energy is, so when I say devil, I know religions have had their own definition of devil, but when I say devil, it's almost that energy that I was talking about, like keeping you in a state of stagnation, confusion, not helping you move out of it. So that's the devil that I'm talking about. Simplicity is, I think, is just the opposite of how this energy feels. It's also a great way for us to come into balance between accepting this energy, forgiving yourself, and also looking for an opportunity to actually bring out other versions of you. So, how and where and what areas of your life can you simplify? Good starting place for me would be in my thoughts, keeping it very simple. Um, One of the things that I have learned in this journey of spirituality is the more you delve deeper into these topics or trying to understand, logic actually helps you a lot. Even though in the beginning you're supposed to trust your intuition, it'll not sound logical. Your logic will say this, but you're supposed to trust your intuition. But if you are trapped in an energy like this, logic is your best friend. So if you're in confusion, if you're in stagnation, and if you are so torn about between, go back to basics, go back to what would be a logical way to approach this. Um, if you are unsure about a situation, what are the pros and cons? Make the list, ask somebody if you cannot do it by yourself. So it always helps. You can use AI, you can use a friend, you can have that anonymous, or your personal post in groups asking two people, actually, and even in a non-spiritual group, if we are too entwined in the spirituality, you just need like an outsider perspective. You can just ask in a group that talks about these topics, right? uh, okay, let's see. So, this reading so far, if you say, it has explained the problem, the central topic, and it has been giving tools, which is, one is the acceptance. Now there is sort of a rejection or the intention to solve it, but we accept to where it is now. We forgive ourselves for too much effort or less effort or whatever you want to forgive yourself for. And another tool is simplicity. So, acceptance, forgiveness, and simplifying, and making this opportunity. Now, I feel there's something about this opportunity, because I don't want to say there is an opportunity coming. When I say that, I'm just thinking that we are just going into this wishful state. And we again would blame ourselves because it's not happening, because we have this energy. So I want to say this opportunity is something that you can make for yourself, because I feel if it's an external opportunity that is coming, we're just not going to be taking action. So, but it's nice if something, but if it comes, it's going to come in proper alignment. Maybe we need some trial and error. Maybe we will do some mistakes before we are totally aligned for it to come externally. But in most cases, I think for us, it's the opportunity that we make for ourselves. But I just feel there's something, that piercing eyes is just telling, like, no, you don't see me fully. There is something else. So let's see what the caterpillar wants to tell us. What is the opportunity that we're talking about? What is exactly the opportunity? So I'm not sure if this is the right deck, but I feel there's a message in this deck. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes, Kim Krans. I think the same author as the Unknown Animal deck. Animal spirit deck. Uh, is there anything the caterpillar wants to tell me with its piercing eyes? Okay. Nice. Okay. So we have this card. Is it Eros? Eros? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. The womb. Okay. So this is like a huge confirmation of something I was feeling when I was saying that we need to create the opportunity by ourselves. The womb, you are the creator. There is something whose seeds have been planted by you long, long back. And I have a feeling you have planted too many seeds and you're not sure which seed it is that I'm talking about. But what I want to know that it's something that you are creating. Now, let's say if you are someone who is uh, what are you creating? Let's I want to read the guidebook for this, and maybe this will give us clue on what are you creating, because I know usually during reading, when we say creation, people also say that, if you're a working professional, what are you creating at work? Or does it have to be solely about, people who are starting projects and businesses? Or is this creation like also like on not external but internal? Like, are you like birthing a new version of yourself, or it's just solely about what you're contributing to the world, basically, right? I mean, a new version is also a contribution to yourself and the world, but you know what I mean. Let's just keep these here. And okay, let's read. I'm not sure how I can. Okay, 252. Oh, okay. Passion. Okay, we're talking about eros, right? Eros. Passion, playfulness, sexual health is when it's in the light form. When it's dark, it's madness and projection and obsession. Uh, Plato reminds us that eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. Okay. The Hindu goddess Lalita, she who plays, is what Lalita means, can help activate Eros energy. She's also known as Kameshwari, or the Empress of Desire. I'm just going to read. Through Eros, though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypical energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Oh my God, this is so perfect. What are we longing for that we are creating? Okay, I have to read more, but I just feel this combination of the womb and arrows coming together is saying that, like I said, the seed, I mean, it's already inside your creative womb, right? Whether you're a man or a woman. What do you long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitant? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, through the way is, oh my god, so many difficult words to pronounce. You're always being led towards its center. Circuitous, circuitous. Um you're always being led towards its center. And then there's the center here. Okay. Amazing, amazing card. Now, two things came to my mind when I was reading this. So one, like I said, there is something involving a passion of yours, and for most of you, you might feel, if you are, again, I feel like saying an air sign, but if you feel that your passion, like for you, passion, it should be something that you're good at. And then some of you must be at a stage where for you to feel that you're good at something, XYZ checklist have to be met, and you are not there yet. So all your life you've always found difficult to say, I'm good at this, but yeah, I'm just like, if someone were to ask me like, but oh great, do you know about this ABC, I'm like, no, I don't know, so turns out I'm not so good at XYZ. You know what I mean? So if you're in that category, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, if you're in that category, then when I use the word passion, there's something that you're creating here, just of passion to you, then you will not understand it. But know that it's something that you've already sown the seeds for, at least. This need not be physically taken action. It can be something that has crossed your mind, something that has given you this spark of joy and ecstasy and too good to be true kind of a feeling. Or it could be something that you have removed as blocks when you've stepped into spirituality, when you've done shadow work, when you've listened to somebody, you've prayed and you cried and you like hit rock bottom, when you felt something that was deeply longing to be felt, and when you like asked for help, the seed was already sown. And when I'm saying this, I'm just so drawn to Isis, and the camera is shaking in acceptance. Um, there was this process that I did with the Ankh, like the Ankh being the like the womb, and we write and we create. And I have a very vivid experience of her actually. Okay, maybe the story is for another time, I feel, or that's what uh, Isis says. So, but anyway, Isis is, so if any of you have been working with the Egyptian goddess Isis or any form of Orset or Isis, this just came up. So, so this is something that you've already gone through your system in some way or another. But like I said, you must have had numerous things to that. So you'll be like, which one? And that's the energy here as well. You're like, I'm going to look into this bag of, cables to find the right cable that'll just like enhance my, life. So now this passion, now, what do you have to do with it? I mean, should you just surrender? Should you just look for it? We'll get more guidance. But what I'm feeling here, okay, definitely more guidance for this. But another thing that I felt when it was talking a lot about sensuality, getting attracted to plant music, some of you could be getting attracted to things that you never felt like getting, attracted to. It could be like a new area of interest, like music or art, and you just sometimes maybe you are an extrovert and feel like being an introvert, or the other way around. For some of you, it could be actual physical attraction. If you are looking for a partner, you have the sudden interest in different kind of people, or you just feel like you want to be more outgoing, talk to people, not obviously from I some of you, I think, not genuinely from the interest of finding like a partner, or for physical intimacy, but more like I just, this joy of talking to someone else, and gaining that interest in talking, or somebody is interested to talk to me, and things like that, right? I mean, being trusted enough to open up, that's a great feeling. Oh my god, this person opens up to me, he or she trusts me. That could be one of the things that I'm getting. Um, and the other one is, it also could be, Hmm. For some of you, maybe with a partner or your, husband or wife, there could be issues like physical intimacy that are coming up as primary reason of conflict between you two, where, like you're feeling that, you don't have enough physical intimacy, or it's more transactional, or it's not how you want to be, or you're trying to understand what it means in your relationship. So that is something that I'm getting. So know that everything is tied, right? As you are uncovering this womb, this creation, this passion, and this What else? What are the other keywords? Playfulness and anything that this longing, right? This longing that you have. Now we all know that's going to manifest as something, but that layer, let's say this energy is hitting you, this energy will hit all layers of your existence. So it'll it'll affect the physical existence of your center of desire, that you're feeling sensual, or you're the actual the physical aspect of it. It'll also touch the layer of your how it applies to like other material things around, where you feel drawn to a certain area, art, right? Living, traveling. So it can percolate every layer of your existence. um, it's just going to dig out wounds from each of these areas. So if an energy hits you, it hits you at all levels. So that's what I want to say. So a lot of the problems, so this is again what the universe is trying to confirm to you, is trust the process. Oh my God, I actually hate actually listening to that, because trusting the process, my God, is the most difficult thing. I can't, but I'm saying it to you because I think that's what the universe is telling me. uh, Trust the process. I mean, it might be difficult to trust, but at least it's part of the process. Is actually a much better thing to say now. Like trust the. Uh, okay, I'm saying trust again. So, so trust the process, but this is also part of the process. All the areas of your life where you have a problem, it's all part of this process. This, and what you need to do here, and what is this. So this opportunity, when I drew these two cards when I was talking about what the caterpillar is trying to say. So caterpillar is telling this opportunity that we're talking about, whether you're creating it yourself or this creation, everything is interlinked. Or the problems you're having, which you feel are completely different. You feel like, oh, I'm making sense of my soul purpose or my life purpose. It's different from the issues I'm having with my partner. No, it's all interlinked. It's just if that energy has to fully, you have to embody that energy, then at all levels, you just need to remove all the blocks. So that's what is happening. Um, let's see. Okay. I'm gonna draw any other deck that I feel like drawing. I think if okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. I actually want to take 3 tarot cards, but then looks like this is it for now, because I think it's just too much to unpack. Now, I would like my readings to actually have a very practical output. So, especially this reading, which is about this energy, which is just keeping us stuck. So, it would be great if there are some like practical output to the reading that I'm giving. So, one is I want you to forget about the word opportunity here. Imagine there's nothing coming, and you don't have to create anything, right? You don't have to create an opportunity. Yeah, you don't have to create anything. So I want you to like kind of forget about this opportunity. I want you to focus on simplicity, meaning if you are someone who is too much on intuition and you're still working on your intuition, and then you're like, okay, I'm not really sure, go back to logic and simplify your thoughts, simplify your life, see where you can be more efficient, see where you can do what brings you joy. So simplify and like make yourself, your life and yourself efficient here. And forgive yourself is something that you can start with simplicity and forgiveness. And forget about this, forget about the octopus. Who is the octopus here? Is it someone else? Is it me? Forget about this, forget about this. So um, radical acceptance is, if you feel in order to simplify, you need to basically accept that, hey, I am complicated at this point. So whatever radical acceptance means to you, and I feel it comes with a rage here. And that's what is going to help you set boundaries, and that's what is going to help you bring balance. Right now it's heavy here, it's the scales are too heavy on this, so you need to find the balance between this, right? So I'm going to rearrange the cards. I think it's a great way for you to like have this pictorial, or I don't know if it's the right word, but you know what I mean, like this image understanding translation of the message. Okay, so to bring into balance between this dusty devil energy uh, and then simplicity. So balance it out with simplicity, because this is the opposite of simplicity. And then I want you to have forgiveness and acceptance of these two. I mean, you can do it all. When I say then, it's not like one after another. So you don't have to remember the caterpillar, okay, or the octopus. And anytime that you are losing hope, know that this is not something you don't have to actively work on, okay? So this is the practical output. So this is the practical output. Focus on this. Keep focusing on this. Keep focusing on this. Whenever like you say like you go back to this, forgive yourself for going back. This is where it is. I'm just going to come back to this, and you don't have to worry about, oh, let me balance. Okay, today 2 hours I thought about this, so I'm going to simplify the rest of the hours. No, this is something that you don't do, it naturally comes in alignment. You just focus on this as a practical work for you. Not this, not this, this to this maybe. Okay, I just feel my voice and accent have changed through the reading. So a little disclaimer: I actually are in a process to understanding who I am, and I've always felt this. When my confidence increases, I usually start very passive because I'm like, should I do it? And that as my confidence builds up, and then I have this new way of talking. So I don't know if it looks drastically different from how it was in the starting to now. So I mean, you can take it however you want, but I'm just being honest with yourself and having that radical acceptance that this is the way that I truly find my voice and how I want to say. And because if you are someone who have spent most of your life absorbing other, like kind of mirroring others and being a people pleaser, you kind of are like this collage of other people and then you just have to like figure out where you are and who you are. So I'm in that process, and that's radical acceptance I have. Thanks a lot. Let me know in the comments if you have stayed in this reading till the end, if something resonated. I don't know if you're going to listen to this as soon as I post it, or it's going to take years. I have no clue, but I hope I can find the right hook, find the right words so that you see this when you need it the most. So, my intention is just that if you are in a state, not in your optimal state, right? If you're not in your optimal state and this comes across as some form of comfort and direction and guidance or tough love, whatever you need at that moment. Thank you.